Hello everybody, how are you doing? It is Sunday morning. Actually, it's Sunday afternoon, it's after 3 o'clock. But I've been out in the shop cleaning for a while and I'd like to show you where I'm at and talk about what's next. This is the last area that I have left to clean, and it is going to start getting cleaned right after I finish this project. But let's take a look around. I've got a nice table here, nice work surface. I'm thinking about hooking my equalizer up to my stereo so that I can, kind of tune the sound a little bit. We'll see how that goes. That's not a priority project, but I got a great work surface. I moved all of my sleds underneath that table. I've got my mechanics tool area cleaned up. Look at this board, 12 inch by 48 inches. That's going to be for my shelf over by my lathe. As we move around, I've got this area cleaned up. I got some caulk that I've had for a little bit. I need to caulk some windows. That's going to come up this week. I'm going to get that done. Got an old BB gun that I had since I was a kid I need to work on. Everything's cleaned up over there. I went ahead and hung those up just to get them out of the way. But as you come across, I need to clean my maker card off. There's a lot of stuff on there, but that shouldn't be too hard once I get a little farther along. I've got this area cleaned up except for vacuuming out the dust. Moved my pressure pot up there, got my sandpaper. We're clean across here. My lathes look good. I turned the old vacuum cleaner, and I'm going to put a patch on there. I've got some rubber I'll put on there so that I can fill it up to the top, but that's the old vacuum cleaner that burned up on me a while back, and it's on wheels, which is nice because I can roll it around the shop as a trash can. Back in this area, you can see everything is cleaned up, looking really nice. There's a couple of items like right there, that's jaws for my Nova Chuck and my pin press. Those will actually end up being on the shelf, which is going to be right here in a very short period of time. Once again, this stuff here is all for the shed. You've seen this part of the shop. Right here, this is all going out to the, we have a burn pit on our, that I put together the other day, and that's all going to go out to the burn pit. It's just scraps that I've gone through. Got all my clamps hung. We're looking good. Cleaned everything off of the top of my scroll saw. But that's the last area that needs to be cleaned, that and the maker cart. And the shop looks like I got tons of space. It's so much roomier in here. I can really move around well. But once I mount my shelf, a lot of stuff like this needs to be gone through. That can go over there. All this stuff right here goes over there. A lot of stuff in here goes over there. It's just so much stuff is going to go on the shelf once I get it built. So I'm going to start taking a couple measurements. I've got the saw cleaned off. I should have no trouble cutting this board to size. I've got to get up in the loft and root around. I need a couple of pieces of, say, 2x4 to build some braces to hold everything. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I should have a really nice shelf in a very short period of time and be able to finish this job up, hopefully completely done today. That's my goal. I just finished installing this shelf. It's going to be great for all of my containers for turning. I'll be able to put my drill bits on here. I'll be able to put all of the containers that have bushings and all of the individual pieces that I use for turning on there. And the next plan is, when I get a chance, a lot of people said pegboard. I don't like pegboard because I'm limited by the holes where I can put things, and then when you take something off, it never fails. The little peg will fall unless you have the ones that have the zip tie on them, but once again, I'm limited. I think what I'm going to do is put a piece of plywood up there that I can drill into, and that way I can mount, say, jaws for my chucks, or wrenches, or tools, any tools that might be needed with the lathe. So I'm very happy how this little area is turning out. It is super convenient. I literally turn around and my tools are at my fingertips. Well, everybody, I've had a great run today. I am completely wore out. Let me give you a quick pan around the shop and show you how it looks. When I finally finish the last few pieces, I'll do a shop tour for the channel. Those are always fun. People like to see the shop. But let me flip this camera around and show you what we got. I'm entering the door to the shop. Now I've got my ladder here. This is what I usually use to hold my camera. I just have it sitting there temporarily. But of course my compressor, my table saw, notice how clean everything is. Everything's hung up. I've got those hoses hanging up there until I get my shop back going again. My table there just needs to be dusted off. That's one of the things I need to finish. You can see everything is neat and tidy. Maker cart has not been cleaned up yet. That will happen one day after work this week. Got all of my assortment of nuts, bolts, things like that. Both lathes. My garbage can is full. I got 2 more full garbage cans just outside the shop door. Here's my other lathe table. Happy about that. Looking good up there. got my dust collector drop down. Oh, take a look at that. Wow, that is super awesome. Look, all of my tools. I got all of my little packs. I got taps and dies. I got drill bits. I got bushings. I've got actually plenty of blanks. I've got some blanks in one of these boxes. Pin parts, tubes, everything you might need. My drill bit selection. These are some of the bushings I use quite often. Got my pin press, my calipers. This is more tap size stuff for my kitless pins. I got my standard tap and die set there. When I build my wall up there, things like this will be hanging on the wall, so they'll come off of the router table. Down there, I've just got a barrel that I put my cutoffs in, and I use those, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I may drill a hole and test fit something, so I keep those scraps and use them up. I've got a nice bin there full of pin blanks. Okay, we got everything looking clear over here. This has got to go out to the shed. I need to use that. I made a deal with my neighbor. I'm going to fix his fence, and then for fixing it, I'm going to pressure wash my side of it with some deck cleaner, and I'm going to stain it so my side of the fence looks nice. He can take care of his own side. He can borrow that if he wants. I'll leave that up to him, but that's all going to happen this week, and then that'll go out to the shed. These are going to the burn pile. That's just scrap wood. Some of that can go to the burn pile. Look at this, everything clean. This goes out to the shed. Scroll saw is clean. My desk is clean. I got to find something to do with, or my countertop is clean, with this extra turntable I've got. I'm not sure what to do with it yet, but that's perfectly clean. That's great working space. Got all my kitless notes there. I've got this pile that I've got to do something with. Now, stuff like that goes to my air conditioner. That's window tint. I want to tint the windows in my shop. I need to hang this towel holder. That's stuff I need to get rid of, and I've got plans for that. And then that is part of that cooler box. That's all the miscellaneous pieces to finish that. I need to finish that cooler box. And then last but not least, we need to clean out our maker cart. And when I've got the maker cart clean, the shop should be in great shape. So that is truly it for me tonight. I'm bushed. It's been a long 2 days. I'm super, super excited about the shop. There's tons of room to move around, which I was tripping over stuff and kicking stuff. I'm going to try to stay on this. The next chance I get out to the shop, I'm going to try to work on hanging the towel holder, maybe doing the window tint. I want to finish this before I start on any projects. And then when it's finished, I'd like to step back in and try to work on a few things. I even did some straightening up top. But remember, I have a lot of stuff happening. I've got a new barrel coming for my dust deputy. I've got a reducer coming for my dust collection system, so I'd like to maybe work on that. So maybe a little bit before I do projects or project videos, but I'm going to try to keep my focus and get as much stuff done as I can out here in the shop, because I've been working with this. This has been the simplest thing here, where I just basically drilled some holes, and anytime I take something and use it, I immediately put it back. And that's the mindset I want to get into. Use it and put it back. That way I always know where it is. I'm not searching for stuff. So that is the way we're going to try to approach it, and it should make things better for the projects that we do in the future. But that's it for me tonight. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you again soon.